And draft, thank you.
Let's see if Raphael is the change-up that changes things around for Armor Project.
So what happens when you don't give me good feedback?
This is what you do when you just don't English.
No, you just don't give me feedback.
You Canadians, come on.
What?
Just go join a French broadcast or something.
Wow. Just because I have a French last name does not mean at all that I speak French.
Your last name is like a magic spell, Archambolt.
What? It's a magic spell?
Yeah, Archambolt. It's like Force
Zap.
Lightning. Archambolt.
It's when you go out LARPing and you're like, Archambolt!
2 red mana, 3 damage or something.
Okay. Oh boy,
Yell in Canadian very loudly when
you
casting the spell.
have to yell it loudly?
Yeah, in Canadian. Sorry! And then the lightning
Sorry!
just...
Oh,
people
yikes.
die.
All right, let's get into our abandoned picks here for Game 2. We got Corky and Sejuani being banned out here for Detonators. They're going to swap over to the blue side this time around, so they'll have first pick. Seeing pretty similar bans, though, coming out here from Armored Project. Rich not going to have his Pike. This time around, though, they're not going to allow the Olaf through here for Detonator.
Yeah, take away the Olaf is nice. Don't allow, Sek to get that champion that he was very brutal on. Lots of jungle bans coming up from both sides, and I like that they're still keeping Rich off this Pike. Still seem to be a bit afraid of that champion. And they even respect Colin Feet's card.
I think you got to. That was a bit disgusting.
Yeah, but there's so many other champions you can still play. Like, he just
like now the
immediately
cannon's up, the Aatrox.
He just immediately goes, well, there's still Aatrox. Like, hello.
Hello.
And Aatrox has an even better matchup against Renekton. No, it doesn't work that way. I would have liked them to just give away the Akali and just play better around it. Stop dying. Like, here's my thing.
Stop dying.
Here's my thing, right? If you're coming to the professional level of play, you need to have enough hours in that solo queue to understand matchups to the point where you know how to concede matchups and not die. Because when you top die like that every game, oof, you just get punished so hard. And what is this bottom lane?
What? This is like the least synergy combo you can have for Nautilus. Like unless you I guess you have the ult combo.
You're waiting till level 6.
Yeah, you're waiting for the ult to make sure you can hit a true shot barrage.
You'll have good bursts at level 6, but that's about it.
Meanwhile, we got the Gragas and the Lucian getting picked up here for Detonator. So once again, K-Star is going to have something comfortable.
Yeah, Lucian was nice, and he's going to go Braum here. Rich will probably pick Braum. Thresh is still available, but against Nautilus Ezreal, Braum actually works very well.
Yeah, we do have the Aurelia here. Getting locked in.
I think that's one of Raphael's signature picks. So we could see him just pick that up instead. Run through the mid lane, see how he goes with that champion. Second ban phase though, let's see what both teams decide to take away.
Okay, so Karma once again actually not being picked up during the first rotation.
9-15, so some nerfs.
Yeah, a couple nerfs here and there.
Not as popular now, but is still a ban-worthy champion. Still strong.
Still work well here. We have a Xin Zhao actually being banned out.
Goodbye,
here
win now. Goodbye.
Win now?
Yeah.
Is your go-to?
Yeah, Xin Zhao, whenever he gets changed or when he was first released, he was not Xin Zhao, he's win now.
Ah, yes. Let's see here now. Have the Zoe actually being banned out. Kiana as well being banned out here. J4, though, is still up and available. Making his way all the way into our second rotation of picks.
This is a nice combo from Armor Project. Good early game, top side of the map, very safe bottom lane, good initiation. This sets them up for good team fights, but the problem is Detonator have done exactly the same. They know that a good way to play against is just to pick some good fighting champions. Gragas, Aatrox, Lucian all do that very well.
Ooh, get ourselves a Fiddlesticks here. Fiddlesticks Lucian bot lane.
That's an interesting one. Now it's made it in favor of Nautilus and Ezreal because Fiddlesticks gets hit by a Nautilus Q. Goodbye, Fiddlesticks. It's going to take way too much damage, but they have lots of bruises on the top side of the map.
Yeah, you're going to have an Aatrox and a Renekton, and we'll see which one wants to be played into what matchup here now. Likely Cold and Feet on the Renekton.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Cold Feet going up against Aurelia top, and then we'll have Archony on Aatrox going up against the Azir mid.
There we go. Actually getting a Zero this time around. As
Yeah, chicken
Corky-
against a crow.
A chicken versus crows.
Yeah.
All right. Who actually is the more dominant species?
I
Is
don't know.
crow or chicken better?
Chicken descended from the dinosaurs, so I think they're like the most fierce animal.
Of all time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing beats chickens.
Big if true. Big if true. So you got yourself a lot of nice possible team fight potential now coming out for Armored Project, so we'll have to see how they take this here in Game 2 and see whether or not we're going to be forced into a Game 3.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Set up a line of scrimmage here on the Rift. No one getting any wards down right away.
See, Colin Feet, you're using the wrong skin. That's why you're bad. If you're Outback Croc, you just win. You get like plus 55 hit points or something with Outback
55
Croc.
hit points?
Yeah, the Steve Owen buff.
Okay.
You get the Crikey buff.
The
That's what it
crikey
is.
buff.
But without it, you're just a crocodile. Unlucky.
What would be the crikey mode of like League of Legends? What kind of buff would that be for everybody on the map? Like there's Earth, you know, you have the super ultra buff. What would be like if we had a crikey mode? Does everyone just get out?
Anyone becomes Renekton.
Everyone just becomes Renekton? It's one for all
Yeah.
Renekton?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm going to miss now? Because you know, they're retiring Twisted Treeline. We're not going to have Hexakill Twisted Treeline anymore.
Is Twisted Treeline really being retired?
Yes.
Why?
Because TFT.
What?
Yeah, that was like last patch in the last like I think that was 9.15. They
Why not
put
just
out
keep
that
it there? What's wrong with keeping Twisted Treeline there?
because they just don't want to balance it anymore.
Wow.
I don't know.
How about you don't balance it and keep the mode there?
I don't know. It's like Dominion. Why not have Dominion as a playable custom mode?
Because right, dumb. I
Fish.
thought Dominion was fun.
Dominion was fun. I actually didn't mind like the Ascension game mode either. Ascension was just pretty much team deathmatch. You just
Bring
went for
back
kills.
Dominion. I'm sad that it never came back as like a rotating game mode.
Let's see here. You don't see that many rotating game modes nowadays either. Hook coming out there for Potato. Not actually going to get a connection there. Let's go in for a level 2. All's calm here. FEL this time too, we're seeing the lethal tempo actually come out of the Azir, so not necessarily looking for lane pressure. Because again, you're against an Aatrox. Aatrox in a 1v1, especially a mid lane, short lane, can be rather ridiculous. So opting to just farm up and then wait till he's scaled up for those team fights later on, try and carry from there.
It's very quiet lanes here. Sega doesn't have the best matchup against the Renekton super early, but you can see he's still dancing around minions, playing around crafting pots well. He starts 2 crafting pots and a biscuit, so once this potion from Colin Feet expires, he can start to trade a bit more aggressive and use his hit points to try and create an upper hand in sustainability.
Crows coming out.
Rubber balloons, thank you very much.
Hey, those balloons are deadly, all right? Deadly balloon animals? You know. That's a choking hazard right there, Fish.
It is not.
Yes, it is. Balloons can be deadly.
That was a really nice press the attack proc coming up from Colin Feet. I'm surprised he's going press the attack.
Yeah.
Like, you should be Conqueror as Renekton, buddy.
Oh, here we go. Fiddlesticks gets hooked there. Minion is able to actually eat up the Essence Flux. And, oh man, White Wing almost gets taken down solo here by K-Star as he just returns all the damage back.
Yeah, White Wing did the right thing at first, which was arcane shifting away from K-Star to get the damage down.
Oh, here we go. Predator in mid lane. Whoo!
He was also a fast man. But he should have followed up by disengaging after the initial burst so that K-Star walks forward. And then once Nautilus got that first snare, That's where he could have come back for more damage on towards Illusion. So a little bit of a misplay.
Sake here going to be picking up the scuttle. Other than a tussle here and there, though, rather quiet lanes for our first 5 minutes. Slight CS advantage in the bot lane in favor of Detonator for a K-Star, as we've seen before. Oh, damn. That's going to be a lot of damage traded back here to Potato, but he does have the shield built into the kit, so he's going to be perfectly fine.
What damage was traded back there, Opal?
Yeah, I was about to say. That's why I said he's got the shield.
You
He's
know
a
what,
tanky
Opal?
boy.
No damage traded back there. He just stops Fiddlesticks and going back to base. That's all.
Awesome to delay out a little bit of the wave here. And let's Ezreal catch back up a bit in CS. We do have an Infernal Drake too. Going to start things off here for game 2. Archie just slowly going to push in that wave. In for a back here. Alves really wants to make a play here on the top
Colin
lane.
Feet's got no wards.
Oh, baby. Oh, Colin Feet, though, he's got Happy Feet. And he gets out of safety there. Sega with a little bit of a misplay.
He hits level 6 there. I mean, it was a nice play from Sega to try and dash behind the minion wave, but I feel like he should have waited for Java's Sun to come out because Colin Feet did only have one more dash available. Still, no wards from Colin Feet. Not that great. And this time, sorry, no wards from Colin Feet means he is prone to that gank, but still, he's playing so aggressive that Sega is down.
That's a huge CS advantage.
33 CS down.
30 CS in lane already. It's been 6 minutes, too. Like, sure, Colton Feet hasn't gone back yet, but now he shall, and that's actually going to be a big item buy. We should get a likely, we usually get on the first back there. Tiamat or Phage?
Or double Kindle Gem. That's what he did.
Oh, or call, too. Okay. A little bit of cooldown reduction as well as get some health there. Go and call there, though, too.
That's just a solid back. Now he's just going to sit back and relax and farm up this way. Doesn't need to use his teleport either.
Oh, jeez. Rich.
Oh, he got him.
Mystic shot. Going to find it. Smart White Wing. Able to take down the kill. That's going to be first blood, actually. And Detonator's bot side actually at a disadvantage.
Again, White Wing and Potato are no pushovers. They're very solid bottom lane duo. Archie's in trouble.
A bit of trouble here. Oh, Cataclysm going to lock him down. Raphael ends up getting stuck in the Cataclysm, and that's going to be the engage coming through. Emperor's Divide gets him to safety, but here comes the Crocodile from Colin Feet. No, it's K-Star. Hello, Flank and Lucian, and the culling on the level 6 level up. K-Star able to pick up a quick kill himself.
Yeah, he's going to be able to clear out this wave. Oh, no, he doesn't clear the wave. Has to go straight back bottom side. Before I was going to talk about how, you know, this Fiddlesticks pick just doesn't do very well into Nautilus Ezreal, and you can see why they're rich 100-0 through the Ignite. Very well played for both Potato and White Wing. Getting first blood bottom side, but Armor Project bite off a bit more than they can chew, and K-Scar comes up for a free kill himself.
That actually equals out that bot lane a little bit. Lost a turret plate, though. Still, nothing too concerning, as Detonator now find themselves back into that gold lead slightly by about 300. A little bit of a... We saw the aggression from our project, like you mentioned, maybe biting off a little bit more than they could chew. Alves ended up putting down the Cataclysm. And then Raphael, unfortunately, just got a little bit stuck there on his dash and got a little bit delayed and then gets bursted out. Well, Colton Feet's just mean.
He's just freezing the wave against Sega, forcing him to use his abilities to farm, and if he ever jumps any further forward, he has next to 100 full rage. So very difficult for Sega to jump in on him. Even that there, forced to use the stun to get the disengage of some farm. Potato doesn't care.
Yeah, no, Potato doesn't care. He's a submarine.
As long as he has his shield up, he's going to take no damage in these trades.
There we go. Vanguard's Edge being popped here. Colin Feet has both dashes, and here we go. Teleport's coming in. This time it's going to be an Aatrox joining in onto the fight. Alves forced to flash out. Raphael is here. Let's see what the Azir can do. Lethal Tempo is now being procced, has the additional attack speed, and Cold Feet jumps in. He's going to get denied, though, by the Emperor's Divide as Sega is able to find the kill. Alves over the wall, and Soldiers pin him against the wall here, and Archony is getting taken down very low. Double kill going over to the Irelia.
Big misplay coming out from Detonator. As soon as that flash came out from Alves, that should have been Detonator going, we're just engaging. There's no way we can pick a fight against Armor Project anymore. They've got back to safety. They've got the cavalry of Raphael rotating up the mid lane. So that was a misplay and very well punished by Armor Project. Meanwhile, they're going to try and take Infernal.
Ooh, True Shot Barrage going to lay down the law onto Rich. Kill goes over to Potato. Infernal is secured, though, by Detonators. K-Star isn't able to trade back a kill. For Detonator here, it feels like they're just getting a little too aggressive, a little lack of respect coming out here.
Yeah, Detonator are going a little bit too hard in the paint, and they don't have the composition to do it. It's given Armor Project a nice 1,000 gold lead. Let's see if they can use that to their advantage, or White just arcane shifted.
Oh, no. Here comes your Gragas over the wall here. Potato's going to eat up a bit of the damage. K-Star doesn't have a lot of mana. Beautiful stopwatch actually coming out there from Potato. Is going to save him, not having to use his flash either.
Good flash from White Wing as well. Got away from all the damage and displacement, so very well played from Armor Project's bottom lane.
Still a lot of forced plays coming out from Detonator, even there, because you're really hoping K-Star can just use auto attacks to get the kills, because he barely had any mana. Again, Lucian, you're a bit of a caster when you're coming in.
Still very well played by Potato to get that hook off, and I think that set could have played it better instead of running straight at them.
Oh, Arcane Shift away, but still the damage is there from the Ignite, and K-Star picks up the kill. Potato, gotta be careful here, could get dived. Using the shield, realizing if he stays underneath the tower, that will be a dive.
Rich not sticking around enough to get that demolish off. But still good trades back in favor of Detonator. Even though our project have all these kills to themselves, they're still behind 30 CS top lane, so that's going to make up for the 2 kills that Sega has. K-Star still being able to pick up 2 kills for himself bottom side of the map, so it's still a fairly even game, but a much better start from a project. The lanes aren't getting out of control very early on. They're not falling in these skirmishes that should be going in their favor. So this is a much better start from Armor Project in game 2.
At 11.5 minutes, Golden Feature's going to go ahead get rid of the control ward. Scuttle was taken here by Armored Project toward the Rift Herald, so Detonator do have a control ward themselves already onto that Rift Herald. We'll see whether or not the junglers want to try and, take that immediately. That's pretty much what we've been seeing here in the LST very early in games. Alva is going to bring that blue buff over to the Azir, or take it for himself. Yeah, it looked like Elvis was anticipating to actually give that over, but then, all right. Bit of a weird one. Rich has rotated up toward the top side of the map. Crowstorm will be available here in about 50 seconds. So it looks like Detonator actually trying to pose here for a top lane dive, potentially here, if Sega sticks around. Armor Project maybe going to do the same down toward bot lane. Question is, what are you willing to give up here if you're on either side of the map? Anyway, this is you're really saying you got a couple people here. Here we go.
Diving.
Now there's the dive. Flash forward is going to connect. Sega's going to get knocked all the way back, and Rich going to fear him back into the Crocodile. Colin Feet going to pick up the kill.
I would have liked to push for this turret. That's a free turret, but they're deciding to try and move around the map to defend other objectives instead. I don't like this. I feel like that is, you get one player on Rift Herald, everyone else takes that top lane turret, and you call that a good trade. But instead, now they're going to lose their bottom lane turret and trade for Rift Herald, so it's just an even trade for that kill instead.
Smart call there coming out from K-Star on the Lucian, realizing, hey, I see everybody of my team up on that top lane. Every time this happens, usually I get dove, so he ended up going all the way back to his second-tier tower, but like you mentioned, Armored Project will get first break gold in their favor, and that gives them a little bit here of a gold lead, going to be somewhere around, 1,500 gold.
That's very good from Armor Project. They understand that, they can push for that bottom lane turret with all the resources from the side of Detonator being thrown top lane. But again, I want to question what's going on with Detonator shot calling, because that was a clean dive with 3 members top lane and your mid laner in the river, like close to getting top side. That's a free turret. And they should have gone for that free turret and taken Rift Herald. Then you trade up. You get a kill Rift Herald on a turret, and you lose first turret. That's it. That's a good trade for Detonator. But instead, there you get the Rift Herald and a kill, which is a fairly even trade.
Still, you got Sake up here with the Gragas. Wants to help push in the wave. Now going to use the Rift Herald.
Yeah, I don't like that. Rift Herald could be used for so much more.
We'll see if the Fiddlestick sticks around. No, ends up going toward the mid lane. Going to pop back in. They only just get that tower.
Exactly.
So, like
it's an even trade and actually slightly in favor of our project because they get the first turret gold and even more plating.
Oh no, Archie. He's going to get caught out here, gets rooted, ends up using his ultimate. Teleport is going to come in. Here comes the Crow Storm from the Fiddlesticks. Another teleport here onto the side of Armored Project. You have Sega wanting to jump in. The rest of his team's already backed off. K-Star gets a nice culling off. Sega, bit too low, but here comes Raphael. And unfortunately, the Emperor's Divide ends up dividing the goalposts there. Raphael not able to connect on anyone. They do at least get the kill in the end, but there could have been a lot more if that one ability just connected.
And it's another case of Detonator just biting off way more than they can chew. Archony gets caught out, and Detonator just say, we can fight this. But that's not the scenario here. The scenario is Armored Project have you outnumbered, and they're ready for a fight.
Sake?
And what are you doing?
What's going on here, bud? He ends up going the wall, and Sega comes with him. On top of that, too, Armored Projects are going to find themselves an Infernal Drake.
Much better play coming out from Armored Project, able to pick up those kills, get the Infernal Drake for themselves, and now 2,000 gold ahead. You can see these swings that Armored Project keep finding for themselves. It just keeps boiling down to Detonator are biting off way more than they can chew, thinking they can take fights. They're acting as if they're 10,000 gold ahead, but they're not.
You can see that gold graph. Now Armored Project are starting to build one up for themselves. 2,500 gold here at 15.5 minutes. And
that last fight is save Private Renington. I mean, save Private Aatrox. If you can't save him, that's fine, but you don't sacrifice anyone else. Call of Duty's like, I'm Crocodile, I can go in. No, you can't.
And Sake's like, I'm Gragas. I want to try and contest this dragon with 4 people on the other side of the wall.
No. Stop it. It's not how League of Legends works. But Armored Project are playing very well. Punishing Detonator very hard. Pushing for these picks very nicely too. Playing around Vision very well. Off to a much better game too. And this is a much better Armored Project that we've seen this entire split.
Yeah, and we talk about 15-minute mark. Gold difference often for Armored Project is around negative 2,000 to 2,500. Now that's the complete opposite. In their favor, what are they going to be able to do with this gold lead? This is the first time we've really seen Armored Project in the driver's seat when it comes to a game.
I want to see them keep doing what they're doing now, which is set up for these picks. Detonator have a very squishy team. There's no pure tank on the lineup. And with a support that's a mage support, you have plenty of options for Java and Nautilus to just one-shot in these fights. So set up for these picks, deny the vision, push their own vision deeper into Detonator's territory so they can watch for these rotations moving around the jungle. Try and catch out someone like Stick, who, you know, he has all ability power on his Gragas as well. Whereas Detonator just need to calm the hell down. 2,500 gold behind. It's a decent lead for Armored Project, but not one they can't fight their way back from just from, you know, picking up farm and laning. And they've got Sec on a Gragas jungle. If they're able to maneuver around the wards placed down by Armored Project, they can still find ganks here and there.
See here, the Aatrox going up toward the top lane, just going to answer the push from the Azir. Nashor's Tooth completed, so that's a nice little bit of a pickup now for Raphael. You see during these fights too, waits until more or less the later half of the fight to try and clean up. That's what we saw during that dragon fight. If he's able to get a little bit of damage, that lethal tempo will start ramping him up. We'll see here down toward the bot lane. What can Cold Feet do? Is able to dodge away from that quick stun. Might just turn this completely on to Sega. Alves is coming on down. Cold Feet, he's still got the dashes though, Sega. You're going to get taken down. Potato's got to be careful, but he does have the help of the Jarvan. Cold Feet accepts his fate. He's going to get knocked up. Able to get a little bit back though. Doesn't get the kill though.
I feel like Cold Feet could have escaped there. He had the double slice available and all the crowd control was already used. Alves did have ultimate, so would have been able to lock him down. But still, very well played. Turns the 1-on-3 into a 1-for-1 trade. Very nicely played. Understood the limits of his champion. Sega, unfortunately, not getting a good ultimate off. Wasn't able to trap Renekton inside that. Instead, he was just able to maneuver around it quite efficiently.
Now we see the mid laners going up toward the top lane here, just acting for the wave clear. Want to continue to farm. Still about a minute 30 until we have Baron spawning. You see the bot lane though starting to rotate up. Gonna see that red buff now go here onto White Wing. Sega down toward the bot lane still, gonna try and push that back. A little bit of a clear up and tempo of the game slowing down just a little bit here, which I think is good for Detonator. Gives them some time to, you know, refocus, try and see what they want to go for as far as objectives-wise.
They need to start praying because Armored Project are 3K ahead.
Yeah.
And that's a 10% lead. It's not a bad lead to have. And with the composition Armored Project have put together, they can force these fights again. Detonator don't have a tanky frontline member. All these players can be bursted down quite efficiently by Armored Project. They need to be careful of that.
See here, Armor Project once again just going down toward the red side jungle. Puts down some vision. See up toward the top side though, Raphael ends up using the Emperor's Divide and gets back to safety. As Sake not able to connect there with the Predator, and the Azir will get back to safety. Or is he just gonna get really aggressive here? He's trying to farm up some camps, but they're all taken already by Armor Project. Back timing here, though, is actually going to be a bit in favor of Armor Project, because down there they got sure all this vision up, but Baron is now just spawning, so now the support combo of Potato and Alves can go up into the river, clear out that vision, if they wish to. Instead, no, opting to go down toward the Ocean Drake, still prioritizing the spot side of the map.
A lot of the gold lead right now is on White Wing, 500 gold up.
Oh, Sega. You know you're going to get
Good
interrupted there. Golden Feet. Oh, it's all a bait possibly here. Golden Feet, can he actually get the kill? Vanguard's Edge coming out.
Oh,
you got Rich ending up using the Crow Storm, able to get himself the fear onto the Jarvan. White Wing is able to find themselves the kill. Sake not able to connect there with the explosive casket. Rich still getting the damage over the wall. Double kill, though, goes in favor of the Ezreal. K-Star now can trade back damage here onto the Azir, and he can't even use the Emperor's Divide because it's on cooldown. And Potato is able to deny entrance for the Aatrox with the Blasting Cone. In the end, it's a 3-for-3. They might be able to pick up another one here, though, because Potato ends up trying to back here underneath the tower. I'm not too sure why. Going to end up using his ultimate to get to safety. He can't Spider-Man out, though. And now Alves has to flash himself. And all right, Detonator fighting to fight in their favor.
Yeah, and that was a sloppy fight for Detonator. Coldfeet did very good to dice in and just kill Sega right away. They get a turret on the back half of that, so it does go in favor of Detonator quite heavily at the very end. He could have just tried to survive through that one, draw Ezreal a bit further back in, but instead he thought that he could dice over, get the stun to Ezreal, but was still a little bit too far away. Would have liked to see him focus down Alves, because kill the closest target first would have been nicer. Then you had misplays coming out for Rich as well as Sek. Sek missing the Gragas ultimate onto a target right next to him. Should have just thrown it on top of Ezreal's head, would have connected. And instead was trying to predict the Arcane Shift, which I think was the poor decision, because you're AP Gragas. Your ultimate's going to hurt a lot. Just rely on that instead. Whereas, you know, White Wing able to play that one very well, getting the double kill at the back half of that, so they do trade 3-for-3, and then it was only Potato just backing it. That was a very poor place to back. Aatrox can jump over the walls. He gets towards you very quickly, puts a ward down to find you too, and that's just a free kill going the way of Detonator and burning the flash on Jarvan too, because he tried to get in to help Potato out.
We see here, Predators being popped, flank coming over from the side of Detonator. They're going to be able to catch out Potato here on the Nautilus. He's taken down. White Wing, got to be a little bit careful here, though. Casket coming out. Nice walk back coming out from White Wing. But unfortunately, still going to get taken out here. Alves able to get the flag drag to take priority before the fear connects.
The Sek can't hit a single ultimate to White Wing. White Wing is out-baiting and outsmarting him right now, able to just blue suede shoes around all those Gragas assaults.
It's a zoning ultimate, all right? Zoning ultimate.
No, that's just, you got fooled many times there. It's going to start Baron for Detonator, though, and they're really trying to swing this heavy because they only just broke even in gold.
You see, multiple members. Here comes Crow Storm over the wall. Rich not able to get in range. Coldfeet, though, on the flank is able to find the target, and the Azir is going to get taken down. Alves using his Cataclysm go over the wall, but he's dragged back in by the Infernal Chains. Narchany going to be able to pick up the kill. White Wing teleports in, but it's a little bit too late. Oh, Potato ends up connecting onto the wall there. Might want to back off.
Good bait from Detonator because you only just got even in gold. You're winning these team fights quite handily now. So they decided to bait a Baron, force everyone to move towards the pit, and then use the Crow Storm to try and force a fight. Doesn't get the initial one because Alves is back in a good direction, but does have enough movement speed to chase down Azir, get a free pick onto Raphael, and then kill Alves when he comes back in to assist his teammates. So is going in favor of Detonator in these fights.
See now, White Wing. Gonna pressure up here with Potato. This entire time, K-Star has been able to pick up kills during these fights, though, and this Lucian's starting to get really big. 5-0-1 has finished off the Essence Reaver, also picking up another BF sword, so we'll likely see that into the Infinity Edge. Get some extra crit. You got Death Stance and the Black Cleaver completed here onto the Aatrox as well. So Detonator's starting to hit some of these break points that they were waiting for after getting a couple fights in their favor. And You know, Armored Project, they had this lead for the first half of the game. Now it feels like, you know, they just weren't too sure exactly what they wanted to do with it.
Relying heavily on White Wing at the moment. He's been playing very well in the Cesaril. He's got 3 items as well, so it does have a decent power spike. And he has been, you know, blue suede shoes against Sec the entire match. So has his number, knows exactly how to work around the ultimates. But he's really trying to put his team on the back. Nothing much coming out from Raphael. That sub in for Henry hasn't done too much for this game. It's the first time Armored Project really got a big lead, and it's just slowly melting away, slowly not being able to make anything out of it. They need to still utilize the fact that nobody on the side of Detonator is very tanky. Yes, Colin Feet can get very tanky with, you know, the Gyron's Fists as well as his ultimate, but that's about it, really. Sek's not going to be any tanky. I mean, Archnik can only really get tanky with his ultimate, but doesn't have any tank items on this Aatrox. So Armored Project have the potential to try and pick people off from the side of Detonator, especially if it's K-Star or Rich, squishes champions on the side of Detonator.
See some ward coverage coming out. Control wards being laid out by Detonator. Rich just trying to sneak over the wall. Sees Potato nearby. Doesn't go for the clear out on the ward. We do have the Jarvan nearby as well. Trying to see if White Wing goes aggressive here onto K-Star. Some decent burn damage, though, from White Wing. Able to get a little bit of poke there onto Lucian. Meanwhile, Dragon is going to get stirred up here by Sake on the Gragas. It's going to be a Cloud Drake, so they're going to have a little bit extra movement speed. True Shot Barrage just a little bit late to the party.
Yeah, just a simple objective being secured by Gragas. Nothing else to really take on the map. Detonator need to start looking for their next play. Oh, not spotted by the ward.
Oh, there we go, over the wall, but here comes that combo with the Nautilus and Jarvan jumping in. Double Cataclysm locks down 3. Cold Feet wants to rejoin onto the fight. Sega, though, gets ended up ulted all the way back to the tower. And even with the collapse there from the help of Armored Project and crew, it's not enough as it's going to be a double kill onto the Lucian.
Yeah, that ward placed down by Armored Project didn't see anything on the other side of that wall. Little bit too close to the wall where it starts and wasn't able to spot out Rich channeling the ultimate. Meant that White Wing had no say in this fight, wasn't able to react to the ultimate coming out from Mr. Fiddlesticks. Detonator just clean up a very easy team fight for themselves for the Mac gang. Alves can't even fight Rich at the moment thanks to that heal.
Oh, look at this here. Cold Feet gotta be a little bit careful, but here comes the help of the Fiddlestick. Gets the fear, and now find themselves another quick kill. And with that, I don't think there's any way for Alves to make it into this pit unless he gets a flag drag into a flash. Would have to be a miracle combo. Ends up flashing into the pit. True Shot Barrage coming in, and he steals the Baron away from Detonator. You thought, Fish. You thought. But the True Shot Barrage ends up doing the additional amount of damage he was waiting for, even though he went in early.
You know what? Detonator did the right thing. They see the Jarvan jump in and say, stop doing damage to Baron. Just kill the Jarvan. But they did not expect that True Shot Barrage to come through, deal enough damage for the smite. Very well coordinated play from Armored Project to get that steal, and it puts them back in the game. They're now only 2,000 gold behind. That's it. They do have to watch out for an 8-0 and 2 K-Star.
Yeah, there's a huge Lucian now.
But well played from Alves as well as White Wing, salvaging that situation for the team. It is a hybrid Ezreal, so those True Shot Barrages do deal a little bit of extra damage that you don't quite expect. Man, Rich was trying so hard, sweeping through the jungle just to see if Jarvan came from the wall and was a little bit too early.
Yeah, it was a bit of a secret agent Alves coming out of the wall. Gets to the Baron pit in time. And like you mentioned, White Wing with the True Shot Barrage helping out. So Armored Project, they stopped the bleeding that they were experiencing here in the midsection of the game. Now you have a Baron buff onto a couple members of your squad for the next about 2 minutes. Not a massive shift of gold, but it does delay Detonator a little bit here.
It's now only a 2,500 lead for Detonator. Not as large as they would have liked.
Project gonna collapse here. Try and steal a little bit of the jungle where they can. You
can see the gold lead. Like, this Baron buff started at 1,200, but it's not even giving them that much because Detonator still have control of these lanes.
Potato finding the pick. Oh, hello! Here's the rest of the squad coming over the wall. And they're going to pick off the Gragas here. It's going to be a 4v5.
That's what we talked about. Everyone from the side of Detonator is not tanky. If you
Cold
catch
feet.
someone out, they can try and go for a fight. Good flash. If you catch somebody out, like Sek right there, one crowd control combo and he's going to die. He's not a tanky Gragas. It's only really Aatrox with the stopwatch and Fiddlesticks with the Zhonya's to try and delay if they get caught out. But Sek really needs to look for the initiations here. He's a full AP Gragas.
With that here, though, Armor Project, they should be able to find themselves a turret, maybe a little bit more here as Rich is going to get caught out. Stopwatch is going to come out. He doesn't get stunned up, but the Vanguard's Edge just deletes him. And Raphael with the Emperor's Divide just ends up cleaning house. And Armor Project, they might find themselves a victory here as now Golden Feet, he's the last one alive, but he's going to get shut down.
Okay.
Sake comes back up. Armor Project can look for an end.
They need to push for the win here. Armor Project must go
Oh
for the
my
end.
God.
Because this is their chance to try and take the game.
Armored Project off a couple misplays from Detonator and a massive Baron steal. That should be it here. I think Armored Project are going to win one of their first games here of summer. And Detonator now have the real possibility of dropping a series to the bottom team of the LST.
You can turn on the clown music for Detonator at the very end of that game. That was some clown level play to try and defend their base. You've got, I mean, look, you lost the Baron. That's a good play coming out from Armor Project, steal Baron away from you. If you're Detonator, you go, okay, we lost Baron. We go into defense mode for 3 minutes and then we come back into the fights later. But instead, they're going through the jungle with no vision control, acting like they, all of them are Sejuanis with 600 armor, just walking through like, yeah, no one can kill me. No, Sek's a bloody AP Gragas. You can't just walk through the jungle like that. You get picked off. And even when he gets picked off, that's where the rest of our project goes, okay, now let's get behind our turrets and wave clear.
Well,
You've got 2 turrets in the mid lane. Give away one. Like, that's fine. Here, you can have a turret. You can have a turret. It's fine. And then just clear the waves. But Armor Project played that very well. They understood, okay, Fiddlesticks out of position. Their team is split up. God knows why. Let's kill Fiddlesticks. He's got no flash. He's very weak. Jarvan goes in, forces the Zhonya's. Then K-Star comes to like, I can help my Fiddlesticks out and deal damage like a Lucian. And Armor Project just go, what are you doing, you Muppet? And just kill him.
Yeah, the Azir comes over. He's like, okay, I guess you're dead now.
Yeah, he's just like, well, if you want to die,
I can
stop
help.
you.
I
can
can
help
help.
out.
Yeah.
It's fine. But just those are the mistakes that worry me because yes, Armor Project played that very well, understanding exactly how to take that fight against Detonator was very nice. Like the punishment coming out from Armor Project in this game itself was very good to watch from start to finish. But for Detonator, their coach is now going to look at that and go, if you ever do that against a tier 1 team in the LST, they will wipe the floor with you.
Yeah.
Because those mistakes are unexcusable. Like, unexcusable mistakes. First, the Baron one, that's fine. You can excuse this. Like, this is the one play that I think you can excuse. I don't think this had anything to do with Armor Project winning the game. This is just a very good play. You got good Ezreal ultimate coming out. The smite was just really good coming out from Alves. Detonator, could have played a bit better. But it's this one. Why is Rich there, one? Why is K-Star still in this fight? K-Star is standing next to Potato.
Oh.
And then Golden Feet and Archery go, we can still fight this 2-on-5 against Baron. No, you can't. It just, like, that is just pure miscommunication and no synergy coming out from the side of Detonator to play that fight.
Yeah.
And they should not have put themselves in that situation because look at the gold drop. Like, that is just filthy.
That's tragic. That's a bit unfortunate. K-Star had a great game up until that point. The fact you're in melee range of a Nautilus at 30 minutes is like, that's a mark on your record that that just hurts.
And it goes back. Teams in the LST need to learn when to let go, when to take the loss. Because a lot of times, teams in the LST don't understand how to deal with, we were ahead, but now we're behind, what will we do? It's very simple. You let them take it. A turret and a pick is not as valuable as your Nexus. Give up those 2, reset, wait for Baron buff to drop, and if you have the team fight available for you later on, you win the team fights.
MVP going to go over to Alves on the Jarvan. onto that Baron steal with the assistance of the Ezreal ultimate that came through.
I mean, that was the turnaround point,
Yeah.
right? The 2-1-5 inside the Baron pit, and able to get that Baron buff allowed them to make that play. Can I give MVP to Detonator, though? Is that possible? Like, just as a team, like, you get MVP for just taking the game and just like, here you go, woo, at the window, bye.
Yeah.
That's what happened there. That was,
rough.
oh, they need to go back and review that game, because that was a rough loss for Detonator.
And this is also kind of a bad point here for Detonator, too. You end up losing this series. You had, like, you know, it's still in your hands to make playoffs, but now it's actually, you're at the risk of being that one team to fall low enough.
Oh, yeah. No. There is a chance now that Detonator just get knocked out, because if Armor Project come in and win here, then Detonator are 2-4. 2-5, and Armor Project are 1-3. There's a chance Armor Project win another game, suddenly Detonator could be knocked out.
Yeah. We'll have to take a look here as we're going to take a short break. After that, final game here for set 1.